Yo, what's up YouTube? In today's video, I'm going to be showing y'all how to higher your skill average easily. In the beginning of each section, I'm going to be showing y'all the way to do it for early game and then late game. Let's get straight into it. One thing that I would recommend you buy, which is for every skill, not for any specific one, is a booster cookie. If you come to the bazaar, you go to oddities, booster cookie, you can get one for 3.3 mil on buy order, and they fill up like quickly. You don't have to wait a long time. You only need one because these actually last 4 days and they boost the amount of experience you get. So if we look at this, plus 20% skill XP, which I think is really good, and you get a bunch of other benefits. But if you're like very early game and you can't like afford that, then it's fine. It would be pretty good if you can. For combat, we're going to be starting off very early game with a weapon you can get for only 6.6k right now. This is on Bane. You can literally buy this right now. It's a Silver Fang. It does 100 damage. And if you are like a really early game that's the weapon you need and you don't even know how to get the coins for that, you can just farm this wheat over here in the hub and then sell it to an NPC and you'll probably be able to afford a Silver Fang. Once you get a Silver Fang, you can come over here to this enchanting table. You can enchant it with like Smite or Sharpness or something. I would recommend Smite, and then you can kill zombies in the deep caverns. These are starter gears. So let's see. This, you would be fine with this. It's super cheap too. You can do the same thing by selling wheat to get it. But there are some other different armor sets they have over here. So you could pick any one of these. I think the best one for defense would probably be this one, but this one is a little bit more expensive. Same with the axe, it's pretty expensive. But if you can afford that, then either go for this. This is pretty cheap. So once you have that and you have your Silver Fang, you go back to the place I told you to go. You go to the Diamond Reserve, and I'll just show you guys how the Diamond Reserve looks like. So you would travel here. Once you're at the Diamond Reserve, you'll probably be able to do 250 damage already from the stuff you bought, and then you can just go around killing all these mobs over here. Alright, the next thing we're gonna get into after that is mid-game. Once you get Combat 12, or if you're already Combat 12, you can now travel to the end. Once you can travel to the end, you can buy this set of armor called Ender Armor. If you buy it on bin, like a full set is like 100k. It's super cheap, like probably a little bit over 100k, but it's really cheap for this armor right now. So once you have a full set of Ender Armor, you'll be able to one-tap the Enderman at the top. So if we go to the top, you're gonna want a weapon upgrade now too, because you had a Silver Fang before. What I would recommend is an Aspect of the End, because with this weapon you can have a pet combo with it that is pretty good. So if we look at pets right now, we look at Enderman pet, the one I'm talking about. I would recommend getting the epic version of it. It's only 133k. That's like the same price, if not a little bit more expensive than the armor. And then the Aspect of the End price is also cheap. So let's look at that. Aspect of the End, we put it on no filter. It's like double the price of the armor, 200k for a clean one, which I would recommend buying it clean. These enchanted ones are like, don't have anything on it, unless we scroll a little bit. See if we can find one with good enchants. Nah, I would recommend to enchant it on your own. There's a clean one, it's only 188k. So with the Enderman pet, the Ender Armor, and the AO, you'll be able to one-tap these guys. I'm not using the pet right now, but I can still one-tap these guys. But if you're not being able to one-tap, I would recommend using the pet. And make sure you're getting your talismans. So if you can see in my accessory bag, these are some of the talismans I have. I have them all reforged to Shady. You can reforge them to Forceful, which you can, because Shady requires a reforged stone. It's a little bit expensive. For Forceful, you just need to go to the reforge place and just reforge it like normal. You don't need any reforged stone. So if you don't know how to get your talismans up, I'll leave a link in the description to a video showing you how to do that. And once you're able to one tap these, you're gonna have to kill these until you reach combat 16. And once you're combat 16, that's the mid game method. So for mid game, what you're gonna want is young dragon armor. For a full set, it's 800k off bin. You're gonna want to reforge all the pieces with pierce, just like the end armor. And you're gonna want growth 5, protection 5 on each piece. With that, you're gonna be able to run around super fast. And I'm gonna show you all how to get to the crypts real quick. So if you have this armor and you can run super fast, you're gonna want to come over here to where all these zombies are. And if you keep going down towards this direction, then you'll see like a cave right here. And over here, the crypt will spawn. They have 2000 HP. If you still have your AO and your armor, you'll be able to one tap these easily. But that's not what we're going to be talking about. We're going to be talking about another weapon. That weapon is called the Reaper Falchion. So for a Reaper Falchion, it's going to cost you, let me see it, the cheapest one. The cheapest one right now is 3.7 mil. So once you're mid game, you can probably afford this. It's not too expensive. This one has some good amount of enchants on it. I also have a Reaper's Falchion, so this is mine. And once you get to here, you're gonna want the young armor, the Reaper Falchion, and you're gonna want to kill these. I can do a lot more damage to these with this, because basically, as you can see at the bottom, it says deal 200% damage to zombies. And you receive less damage when you're holding it out too. These guys aren't hitting me, but so I can't really demonstrate it. Oh, I can't. Like, I'm not taking any damage from these guys. I'm already over my health. But I'm taking like so low damage that I'm just regenning it. So once you have your Reaper's Falchion and this armor, it's time for a pet upgrade. I'd recommend selling your old Enderman pet, your end armor, and I recommend moving on to a wolf pet. So if you want to see the price of a cheapest legendary wolf pet, it's going to be 2.8 mil. But as you can see, it has a combat EXP boost ability. So I have a level 97 wolf, and I have the Reaper Falchion and the young armor. I'm doing like, let's see, 74k damage to these, but I'm getting 75 combat XP per. And now you're gonna want to start off by doing revs. So if y'all do not know what revs are, I'll show you guys real quick. I have a Maddox bat phone where you can call Maddox. So Maddox is located over here in this bar at the bottom. He's right here. Maddox the Slayer. You can come here for Revenant Horror bosses, and you're just gonna want to do these. So everyone starts off with Rev 1, Rev 2 until you level up. So once you've killed a Revenant 1, a Revenant 2, and a Revenant 3, you're gonna want to do Revenant 4. Revenant 4 is like super easy to kill, which I'll demonstrate right now. And it's like gonna give you a lot of combat XP. Also, once you get up there, I'd recommend having a Maddox bat phone so you can call him instead of having to walk there after everything. It'll make it really quick. So I'm gonna cut back to when the boss spawns in and show y'all how I can kill it. So this is a Revenant champion. This is one of the mini bosses that spawn. These also give you a lot of XP. And as you can see, I'm taking no damage from it. I can kill it in 2 hits with this gear, and it gave me 1.4 thousand combat XP. So with this, you're gonna get your combat XP up very fast. So I'm about to spawn in the boss right now. I just need to kill 5 more. You can see your counter on the right under the scoreboard. So let me spawn him in real quick. So this is the actual boss here. Let me kill this guy. This is a boss. He has 1.5 mil HP. With this gear, I'm not taking any damage from this guy either. And then I would just make sure you're backed up in a corner so you don't take knockback. And then I just keep hitting him. Like, you literally just keep hitting him in a corner. You'll easily kill him. And then that gives you a lot of combat XP too. And you just keep doing those. Keep doing tier 4 revs. It'll be really helpful in the future to level up your Revenant level. And yeah, that's how you get it for mid game. Now let's step into the late game. So for late game, the best way to level up combat XP is through dungeons. So For dungeons, whatever class you're playing, there's so many guides on YouTube for what gear to get. As long as you're playing like floor 6 and up, you basically just go to the boss room, fight the bosses, just play the dungeon like regular, to be honest, and then you'll be getting a lot of combat XP. But for all the gear guides for dungeons, none of them are going to be saying to use a wolf pet, so you're not even going to need one. You're going to be getting a lot of combat XP from that. That's what I did for getting combat XP. I literally just played floor 6 dungeons, and I'm combat 40. The boss fights definitely give you a lot of combat XP, like the terracotta phase, the golems, and the giants, and then also the blood room gives you a lot of combat XP. So try and let your party let you kill the blood room. Ask them if you can blood rush. There's so many guides on how to do this, so just search one up on YouTube, and that's how you get the most combat XP possible for Lake. So mining has changed a lot from the new update of the Dwarven's mines, which isn't really new anymore. It was released a while ago. And to level up mining, it's not that hard anymore, but the drills and everything is usually pretty expensive if you want to do it efficiently. So leveling up mining, I wouldn't even say is an early game or mid game thing to do. Leveling up your skill average isn't really that important in early or mid game anyways. So if you want to level up mining, I would recommend searching up a late game guide. But if you are early or mid game and you want to level it up with the cheaper option, I'm going to show you all how to do that right now. So since you're combat 12, you can come to the end, and as you can see, there's a shop right here, and in this shop they sell this pickaxe. It's 500,000 coins, and it has efficiency 6. So once you get this pickaxe, you're gonna need a pet. So for the pet, I'll recommend a silverfish pet. I have a level 100 silverfish, and basically what it does is it gives you a mining EXP boost. This pet is also super cheap, 1.2 mil for it. If we look at a higher level one, 4.5 mil, 4.4, and these are level 100s, right? The cheapest level 100 I see is like right here, 3.4 mil. This is super cheap. Once you have that stonk and that, I would recommend getting this armor set right here, which is mineral armor. Basically, when you have mineral armor, you can like mine multiple blocks at one time. So I'm going to show you guys how to do it now. I get my stonk, my silverfish, and the mineral armor, which I'll show you guys the cost of the mineral armor. Let me take this off legendary. Mineral armor is also super cheap because there's a way better options for mining, but if you are very early game or mid game and you want to level it up, I would recommend this armor. It's not even $1 million for the full set. With the silverfish and this armor and the stonk, you want to come back into the end, and every time you mine, it's gonna break 3 blocks. So you would just want to be mining in a straight path like this, and then you're gonna get like mining XP super quickly. It's 6.3 mining XP per block. You're breaking 3 at a time. So basically every time you break a block, you're getting whatever 3 times 6.3 is. So that's what you're gonna want to do. Now we're gonna get into the other like main skills that I'm gonna be going over in this video. And the next one is foraging. So for foraging, hopefully you still have your young armor from earlier, and now all you're gonna need is the pet and the tools. So for the tools, I'm gonna be using a tree cap. Most people have this because it's like something that's really useful in this game. So to get one, it's gonna cost you 3 million, which might be a lot for you, but after you've bought all this other stuff, you probably have a way to get to 3 million. So once you have the tree cap and your young armor from earlier, you're gonna want a pet. This is like, you don't really need a pet. I would recommend an ocelot though, just to boost your foraging XP. Even the purple ocelot will boost your foraging XP, and it's super cheap, 400,000. With all of that, like your ocelot and everything, you'll be able to get foraging XP pretty easy. Like right here, I have a rare ocelot. It's also boosting my XP by 16%. And what you're gonna want to do is just run around and get wood. Also, I would recommend going for the most expensive wood, which I'm pretty sure is this, but also because if you are a pretty mid game or early game, maybe you want to unlock the recipe for growth 5, which you can see is in dark oak. At 10,000 you'll get growth recipe. So I would recommend just running around here, just mining. If you have your cookie boost from before, you're also going to be getting a lot of XP. And then you just break like this, running around. And since the tree cap has its ability where when you break one block, it breaks multiple, it's going to be going very quick for you. Which foraging does get boring after a little bit, but in the beginning, it's actually pretty fun. So for leveling up farming, the most efficient way to build farms is by using all of these items like the builder's wand and all this stuff. The crop that's going to level up your farming the fastest is called sugarcane, which I don't know why I said it's called sugarcane. Everyone knows what that is. But you're going to need your young armor from before, which as you can see, this young armor is actually very useful now. And you're going to need at least those items from the chest. I have a video where I show how I literally built this farm, which is called it's like a semi AFK sugarcane farm. I'm gonna link that video down below or put a card on the top right of your screen. If this video did help you out, make sure to drop some video ideas in the comments of anything you want to see. Drop a like and subscribe and turn on post notifications so you can see future guides just like these where I go in depth on how to do everything, and I always show good methods that are actually going to be pretty efficient. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to see you guys in the next one. Peace.